Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm glad you could join me. Listen, the last time we were together, I told you that we was going to travel Alexa, turn down the volume just a little bit. I promised you that we was going to travel 8,000 miles from the Baltimore metro area. I don't live directly in Baltimore, but close enough. And that's what we're going to do. So I consider myself a decent teacher. So I don't give the folks that I try to teach something the answer. No sense in being a teacher if you're going to give all the answers, right? So I'm not going to give you the answers as to where we're going, but I want you to try to think about it. We're going to reason on it. Here we go. So if you see these chopsticks, they're black. Might be a little hard for you to see. I'll put them out here a little bit. So if you see these chopsticks, you might say, well, I'm asking you actually, where do you think we're going? I don't know about you, but the first time I see chopsticks, I'm thinking, China. Well, no, that's not where we're going. And actually, I didn't research how far China is from Baltimore Washington International Airport. I don't know the answer to that. So we're not going there. Where else might they use chopsticks? Or how about these ladles? This is a ladle, right? How about this ladle? Got any idea? Korea, maybe? Seoul, Korea, perhaps? Nah, we're not going there. I didn't research that either, so I don't know how far it is from Baltimore to Seoul, Korea. Let me give you one more clue. How about this beautiful red and black bowl? I bought these. This is a set actually, but this is a beautiful bowl. Where do you think we might be going? Any more thoughts in your head? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. We're going to Vietnam, perhaps Saigon. So I want you to get on the plane with me, ride with me. I've already paid for your ticket, so don't worry. We're just gonna cruise like this. 30,000 feet, just cruising. Enjoy your favorite beverage. You're not gonna get COVID because really, we're zooming. We ain't going nowhere, literally. Don't worry, just relax, stay where you are, all is well. But I'm going to take you on a culinary experience where we can enjoy a Vietnamese meal, okay? So, what we're making is, if you go to a Vietnamese restaurant and you see on the wall, it may say P-H-O, looks like pho. Alexa, what did I tell you? Turn down the volume. She don't always listen to me. She don't always listen, but I can control her. But you understand. So in any case, if you look on the wall, it looks like pho, P-H-O. But really it's pronounced pho. Pho. And then the other part of that is Pho Ga, G-A. That means chicken noodle soup. So it's the American version of chicken noodle soup is what we're going to be making. I just happen to believe that what they make is a lot cleaner, fresher than what we make. Just my personal opinion. And in the hierarchy of Asian food, I'm not very Vietnamese, as you can tell. I'm just a light-skinned black guy. For those of you who don't know, I'm just a light-skinned black guy from North Carolina by way of Baltimore at this point. But in any case, to me, this is the hierarchy of the way the Asian food breaks down. Chinese food is a little heavier on the palate. I was in the food service business forever, and we called it mouthfeel. The way that how does it leave that taste on your mouth, on your tongue, on your palate? That's called mouthfeel. Just so you know, it's a little heavier, right? Japanese food is a little lighter. Vietnamese food is even lighter. It's cleaner, if you will. To me, that's how I view it. So I love that clean taste. That's just me. So I've been enjoying their food quite a bit. So I decided when I go out, I can make this. It's not that tough, you know. And I'm not a trained chef, but I do have skills, and I can do this. So I'm going to show you what we're going to make and how much you can make this at home. It's extremely easy, very enjoyable, and I'm going to take you through it. A lot of fresh ingredients. So I have a broth behind me that I've made. I don't personally like the broths that you buy from the store. This is a chicken base. I don't know if you can see that. I hate to even put those people's names up there because I worked for U.S. Foods forever, and this was one of our competitors. But I was able to buy this at a cash and carry location. If you look inside of there, it's what we call in the business a chicken base. It's kind of a concentrate, if you will, and you just simply add water to it. It rehydrates and it makes a nice flavor. The classically trained chefs probably wouldn't use this. They would take chicken bones and necks and backs and all of that, and they would in fact, put them in water with celery and onions, and they would just do that over days and days and days until it concentrates, until it makes its own paste, or its own base, if you will. Much better flavor. I didn't have time to do that, so I cheated. I used the base. But it's better than the stuff that you can get in the store. This is a restaurant quality. Anyway, that's what I did. So let me just share with you some of the things that goes in the I'm sorry about my sweater being in the way there. Some of the things that goes in the recipe. So this is just yellow onions that I cut up. Okay. Green onions that goes in there. Of course, chicken that I grilled. You can do it whatever you want. This is nice to eat, nice and fresh. And when I grilled the chicken, I grilled it. It was done, but I didn't like overdo it because you want it to be a little bit, I don't want to say south of done, but not like overdone, because when you put it in the broth, it's going to continue to cook. Mushrooms, baby bellows. I love, love, love baby bellows. That's what the recipe calls for. Now, rice noodles. This goes in the broth too. This is the brand they called for. I just bought it because it said it, but I guess it don't really matter what rice noodle you use. But let me just explain to you some of the things that you do at the end of the process. The noodles, the chicken, the onions, the mushrooms, and all that goes in the broth. Let me move this up. They go in the broth. However, at the table, if you will, the broth is extremely hot. When you go to a restaurant, it's extremely hot. And the reason for that is because when you're at the table, you add other things. You're sort of cooking at the table, or finishing, maybe not cooking, finishing at the table, if you will. In other words, you put in bean sprouts at the table. You just reach in, you add the bean sprouts to I'm gonna just drop them in there, in the bowl that has the broth. It continues to cook, if you will. Because if you add it too soon, it's gonna be soggy. That's not what you want. You add this is fresh basil. Ah, awesome, fresh basil. If you could get a Thai basil, that would be even better. I wasn't able to get that. You can go to like an Asian store and get that. But if you can get like a Thai basil, fresh basil, you throw that in the broth. This is all at the end of the process when you've already taken it out of the pot, put it in your bowl, and you're now eating it. Jalapeno peppers. If you like fresh peppers, put those in there. Boom, throw them in there. I like fresh peppers. That's just me. If you don't like them, don't add them. The good news is when they give you these ingredients on the side, if you will, you can add them as you see fit. If you don't like bean sprouts, don't add them. If you don't like fresh peppers, don't add them. I add everything because I like everything. Fresh lime. If you like fresh lime, you can either throw the whole lime in there like I just did, or you can just squeeze some of the juice in there. Awesome. Cilantro. Throw that in there. Some of the places use mint. I'm not a mint lover, so I didn't put any mint out here because I just don't love mint. But if you like fresh cilantro, throw that in there. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of fresh ingredients. You just do it at the table as you see fit at the time. The recipe also calls for garlic. I didn't squeeze I put my own garlic in there. I didn't chop garlic. You can. Hoisin sauce. Definitely, I love hoisin sauce. So when you're at the table, of course I'm gonna be at my own house, so that's my table, but you just squeeze some hoisin sauce in there. Really nice, adds good color. Sriracha, woo, woo boy, if you like it hot. As they say, make it hot. Put some sriracha in there. You don't have to go crazy, but just squeeze a little sriracha in there. That'll make it hot. So that's just wonderful. What I really like about it is that you just add things. You have the base of the food, but then you just add things as you see fit at the table as you choose. So you're kind of making your own dish the way you see it. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, I left one out. How could it be an Asian dish without fish sauce? Not possible. Add some fish sauce. This is also at the table. This isn't in the dish in advance. Because if you don't like some of this stuff, you just might not like it. Guess what? If you're at the table, you can just add this, add that, add fish sauce, add hoisin, add jalapenos, add sriracha, add bean sprouts, and then, as you continue to eat it, you can just keep adding. It's just a fun dish. I hope you enjoyed the trip. Be safe coming home. Great meal. I'll let you see the finished product. I got the broth behind me brewing on the stove, so to speak. I will let you know how it turns out. I mean, just think about it. Look at all this fresh stuff. It's got to be good. I'm not eating in a restaurant, but I don't think they've outdone me. I really don't. All the best. It's been fun. Take care of yourself. I can't wait till this thing ends. Have some of you over for you to try these delicacies. And next time, I'm going to teach you jalapenos, right? There's an appetizer that I make with jalapenos that you would absolutely love. It's so easy, so delicious. And we'll do it again. All the best. Take care of yourself. Be well.